consistent.
Okay. He is really consistent. That dude, he is one of those wide receivers that, he's long, talented. Him and Andy Dalton, they just have a chemistry about them. Their defense, they get Vontaze Burfict back. It's going to be a tough game, and everyone knows Dallas is not very good at home. Okay,
Dallas is on a roll right now, 3 in a row.
Dallas is on a roll, 3 in a row,
big time. You got the league leading rusher. You got that vaunted offensive line. You got Cole Beasley out there leading the Dallas Cowboys in receiving. You got Dak Prescott, all-world quarterback, back there in the backfield.
Really?
That's what you tell me.
That's not what I told you.
Okay.
Stop lying. That is not what I told you. Okay, that is not what I told you.
Oh, my bad. You want me to tamper down the expectations a little bit?
Look, here's the thing. At the end of the day, the Cowboys, in their last 3 victories, have beaten teams that combine 4-8. Okay? I mean, let's just call it what it is. Okay? This is their first true test.
They're still NFL teams. I mean,
they're still NFL teams.
Obviously, it's going to be the
I don't take anything away from that.
The Bengals are only 2-2.
They are only 2-2.
I mean, it's not like they're not world beaters.
No,
right?
They're not. They're not. But when you look at it, the level of competition, they lost to the Steelers and they lost to the Broncos. Okay, so the level of the teams that they've lost to is a little bit higher. Okay, true. Having said that, this is a great test for the Cowboys. You get a team that has that playoff. Their mindset is on the playoffs. Okay, right. Chicago, their mindset was not on the playoffs. San Fran, their mindset was not on the playoffs. Their mindset was on the draft picks coming up. That's per my cousin Phil. Okay, so when you look at it, this team has dreams and aspirations of going to the playoffs and going deep into the playoffs. That's the way that they're built.
Oh, for sure.
So for the Cowboys, this is going to be their first test. Can you rely on that running game? Is the rookie going to make mistakes? And the defense, they've been able to keep their defense off the field. Yeah. You're going to have to make some plays now against the Bengals. You get DeMarcus Lawrence back on the defensive side after serving his suspension. This is a true test. This is going to be a good game for the Cowboys. It's all about A.J. Green and Andy Dalton in this game.
Yeah.
Okay. Their connection. Here's the thing. Cincinnati is one of those teams. They love to play from out in front. They don't have the team that can come back on you. Once they're down, they tend to try to air it out and they get further and further away in the game. Their game plan is pretty much shot. Can the Cowboys keep that offense off the field? Can they keep the Bengals defense on the field and just maul them with the running game? You got Alfred Morris back there. You got Ezekiel Elliott. Rely on the running game and you should come out. If I got to make a prediction.
You got to.
20-17 Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, Dallas Cowboys at home with the win. You heard it here, right? You heard it here first. 0400. Jay Butter on the line. Calling the Dallas Cowboys at home.
Go ahead and say it. You got Cincinnati winning 40-17?
No.
Go ahead.
No. Hey, I mean, maybe Coach Garrett is learning that. You really don't need to put too much pressure on your quarterback right away. Lean on that offensive line that you put so much time and investment in over the years building. Yeah. And let them run the ball. And if they can do that, the Dallas Cowboys can win this game. But if Cincinnati comes in with the mindset of shutting the run down and forcing Dak Prescott and really putting the spotlight on him, because as good as he's been, I don't necessarily know if the spotlight has been on him. Okay. You got Ezekiel racking up a lot of carries. All right. You got a pretty balanced offense. I'd say leaning more toward the rush. So let's make Dak win the game.
Right.
This may be that time where you say, you know what? Let's make this quarterback win the game. Let's make him go out there, air it out every time and win this game. Now, if Cincinnati can get up, they can put that formula in place.
Absolutely.
Really put pressure on Dak.
Absolutely. This is going to be one of the first games that I think that the Cowboys have faced this year where their front seven, most of the time, when you have a rookie, you can load the box with 8. Cincinnati believes in their front seven. Okay, they don't have to manufacture any type of blitz or rush. Their front seven is definitely that tough. So they're going to be able to sit back, even without Dez Bryant. They're going to be able to just sit back and just rely on their front seven to pressure Dak Prescott. And it's all about the rookie and the way that he can take that pressure going forward.
Yeah. Hey, I got Dallas winning at home too.
Wow. Okay.
I know it don't happen often, but
no,
I got them
not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Indeed.
So you got Washington going to Baltimore, the Beltway game. Baltimore coming off of that loss against the Raiders last week. Washington with the victory last week.
Hey, looking forward to that matchup. Steve Smith and Josh Norman out there.
Oh my God. Yeah.
We'll see see Josh Norman still prove himself as as what he calls himself, the league's best cornerback.
Yeah.
And Steve Smith, he's not going to really have any of it.
No, not at all.
Yeah, because I mean, he is. I don't know of a time to where he has not been ready to go to blows.
I'll tell you this: if you want to impress me, Fox, when you guys get the opportunity, mic both of these guys up.
Mic them up.
It's going to be must-see TV. These two jawing at each other all game long.
Even when both of them were in Carolina, they were never that fond of each other, I don't think.
Absolutely.
So, even on the practice field, and Steve's always been he's been he's been a lightning rod. That's who he is. And I think he is more, back in his day, it was more of an anger problem. But I think he has more come to accept it and use that as a plus going forward. He knows who he is now.
Right.
And he's not going to run from it.
And he also knows he's on his way out. He's on his way out.
So he has nothing else to prove.
Nothing else. Like he told the rookie Jalen Ramsey down in Jacksonville, in 5 years they're going to be putting up they're going to be asking him for his measurements for his jacket going into camp.
Yeah.
So he definitely knows exactly where he stands in the history of the game.
His position in the history of the football game. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing that matchup and seeing if Josh Norman dares to go over and jaw at him.
Who do you have?
Beltway battle.
Right.
I got Baltimore.
Okay. Look, I want to ride with you on Baltimore. I'm not a Joe Flacco fan. I'm just not a huge Joe Flacco fan. I know that defense in Baltimore is okay. I see Washington pulling this game out.
Okay. All right.
And I see this game being in the range of 21-14, 21-20 game. I can see it being just a one-score game between the two of them. I just don't think that Washington or Baltimore is going to have that much offense going on, and they're going to have to rely on their defense to make a play. I just don't see that spark from the offense in Baltimore or their defense. I know that they had the opportunity to go 4-0, but I think that Washington is going to move to 3-2, and this is going to be a second consecutive loss for Baltimore.
All right.
Another huge game. You got Minnesota, the undefeated Minnesota Vikings, taking on Houston. They're in Minnesota in their brand new, beautiful stadium. I'm gonna tell you the God's honest truth. I got Minnesota going undefeated, 5-0 after this game. I just don't see Houston. That right now they don't have that chemistry between Osweiler and DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah,
I just don't see it. And that Minnesota defense,
it's the truth,
is playing off the charts.
It's the truth. They're stepping up to the challenge. I mean, they're really giving their offense time to get going, and that's scary. Because when you play that well defensively, you really you got those new pieces in on offense. You give your offense, you take some pressure off of them, and you give them an opportunity to try things incrementally going forward. And once they start gelling, it's going to be a real dangerous team.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you what, and they've been able to hold fragile Sam Bradford upright there in Minnesota. And as long as you do that, he can deliver a ball. He doesn't have those star receivers on the outside or anything like that. But you know what? That chemistry,
doing his thing.
Straight out of Maryland.
Yeah.
And the great thing about that is that you get Adrian Peterson coming back. If you can just hold the fort down, you get Adrian Peterson coming back. That's scary, especially with that defense.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely. Moving on. Well, first and foremost, who you got? You got Minnesota?
I got Minnesota. Minnesota.
Me too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. New York against Pittsburgh. I think this is one of those
Pittsburgh
games.
I think, really? I do.
No hands down.
No hands down.
That's it.
I think it's some confusion with the Jets right now. And I just.
Do you go to Geno? If you lose this game, do you go to Geno?
No, I don't.
No.
I know Ryan had a bad game. All right. All quarterbacks have horrific games. This was one of the worst. Okay.
2. Do I sound like Trump? 2.
but no, I still get he has developed the most chemistry with his edge receivers.
He has.
There's no reason for me to go out and change that. Not right now. Even though he had a horrible game, I get that. But yeah, I'm not going back to Geno. Not yet. It ain't that bad yet.
Not yet. Okay. Look, I tell you this: if they're not going to go back to Geno right now, I can see Pittsburgh with the victory. I think Le'Veon Bell gives them, he's back. This will be his second game. We saw what he did in his first game back. I think they're going to be able to rely on that. You still got Antonio Brown out there. That defense is playing pretty good, albeit the Philadelphia game. Right. I think Pittsburgh wins this game.
Yeah, indeed. I give Pittsburgh that game. You got Buffalo and L.A. All right.
I'm thinking I'm going to go with Buffalo in this game.
Same here. And all right. What other games you got on the docket?
You got the Giants against Green Bay.
Well, yeah, New York Football Giants. I'm going to go with the New York Football Giants.
I'm going to go with Green Bay at home.
Yeah, I got to go with New York. I think Eli.
I know you do.
All-world quarterback Eli Manning, 2-time Super Bowl champion.
You said all where?
Hey, Eli Manning and Odell, I think all the controversy around him, sometimes this bands teams together. And I think this may be one of those times.
Right.
You ain't feeling
it. No, I'm not. Not at all.
That's because you a hater, man.
No, look, it is what it is, okay? I think their defense is playing great. I think that their defense is definitely playing great. I just don't see, other than their passing game, they don't have a running game to really rely on. Okay, not saying that Green Bay is playing great defense, but we know how Green Bay is at home. Okay, Sunday night game, you're gonna have both the spotlight on it. I'm actually looking forward to this game. I just got Green Bay pulling this game out. I think Jordy Nelson and Aaron Rodgers are gonna be on the same feel, on the same wavelength. They're going to get Eddie Lacy the ball. They're going to try to pound it with the run and then go over the top with the pass. I just see Green Bay winning this game.
I hear you. Well, between this game and the presidential debate Sunday night, I'll be flipping between both of them, getting some laughs in on that.
Hey, we're going to have some laughs either way. Okay.
You got Tampa Bay at Carolina.
I'm going to go with Carolina in this game. I'm going to go with Carolina.
Well, they're down their starting quarterback, down their starting running back. Jonathan Stewart's not going to be starting. So this is going to be a very different team.
Right.
And that could be a good thing or a bad thing. You don't necessarily know what to expect if you're Tampa Bay. You don't know exactly what offensive sets. They're not going to be running the read option, not with Derek Anderson.
Right.
So it's going to be a new look team out there on the field. And, man, Cam being gone, you really take a look at the team right now and you say, wow, Cam's gone. So who do you have?
Yeah. Well, we know Derek Anderson is going to get the ball into the wide receiver's hands.
Derek is going to get the ball out quick.
It takes the read option out of the playbook.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna see a lot more of a conventional offense as far as throwing the ball down the field. A lot more of the handoff type of game plays. Mm-hmm. But that defense, look, they've heard about it all week. They've heard about Julio going for 300 all week. This is their chance to come back out there and make a statement.
Yeah, yeah.
Rivalry, division game. I see Carolina just winning this game based solely on their defense.
The defense got to show something to me first because, I got to see it. I might go with Tampa Bay in this game.
You're rolling with Tampa Bay.
I think Tampa Bay is better suited right now.
Okay.
They just are. I mean,
Jameis
Winston doing his thing.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. So I think Tampa Bay may be able to come in and continue to put it to Carolina. So,
I hear you. I got Carolina winning this game. Yeah, Carolina.